Thank you for coming back to Come Together with me, Victoria, Come Together Yoga for my business, Come Together Wellness. If you're interested, please visit my website, cometogetherwellness.com. You can join me for for live virtual classes together with community, or you can also schedule a private one-on-one. You can also just schedule a consultation to learn more about what you might need best for your body. If you like this episode, I hope that you subscribe. So just clicking the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Every time I upload a video, you will be notified. And feel free to leave me any comments, questions, feedback, any requests that you need for your body so that I can be of service and help. Today's practice, our 15-minute yoga practice, is going to be focused on energizing, giving you more energy, whether it's first thing in the morning, mid-afternoon, or evening, whatever it is that you're needing. This practice is going to be to give you more energy. We're going to start off with a very powerful breathing exercise called Kapalabhati breath, breath of fire. Very rapid breathing. It's going to stoke the fire within and cleanse the digestive system, cleanse your blood. It's going to get the heart moving really fast. And so it's going to set the tone for this practice today. This breathing is very unique in that it is not the way anyone normally breathes. So give it some time, keep practicing, and you don't have to worry about getting it exactly right, but just try to breathe along with me. Make sure that you do this on an empty stomach. Make sure you haven't eaten anything within an hour. If so, you can just skip this part. But also, yoga should not be practiced on a stomach with food in it, okay? Because yoga is about cleansing out the body. So this should be done on an empty stomach. Okay, let's begin. Breath of fire. The emphasis is on the exhalation, a very powerful exhale. So, hand on the belly. I like to do this if you're new to this breathing exercise. Inhale, belly poofs out. Exhale, belly pulls away from the hand. So inhale, exhale. Imagine like a train just beginning to start up. And then it goes chugga, 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 chugga. So here we go. Really powerful and rapid breathing. Deep breath in and let it out. Great job. Now let's move on to the mat. You'll have 2 blocks on either side of your mat. You may or may not need them. I like to use blocks. You can bring them down to the lowest level to start off with. Bring your wrist underneath your shoulders, hands onto your blocks or onto the front corners of your mat. Just make sure your wrists are underneath the shoulders. We're going to go ahead and extend one leg back, half plank, and then come into full plank. From here, make sure that you're not in a little mini downward dog and you're not in a little mini upward facing dog. So get your hips up in line with your shoulders. You can watch another video on the proper technique of a chaturanga also, if you're interested in learning how to do a yogi push-up. So from here, activating the core muscles, hips up in line with the shoulders. Good, and then we'll come down onto the hands and the knees. Let's warm up the spine and in a few cat-cows. Inhale, tilt your chin and your tailbone high. Exhale, round in your spine, chin to your throat. Really push the ground away from you here for cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. From here, we're going to sit back into child's pose. Inhale, come up, right into cat. And then exhale, round through cat into child's pose. 2 more times. Inhale, come up into cow. Exhale, round into cat. Sit all the way back into child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, move forward, lift the chin and the tailbone. Exhale, rounding, make your way back into child's pose. Inhale, come forward. From here, inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, pull your knee to your forehead. Lift your left heel to your glute. Step your left foot inside your hand or your block. Go ahead and slide the right knee back. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Allow the hips to sink forward. Reach back, grab a hold of your wrists, forearms or elbows, or interlace your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, push your heart forward, and lift your arms. Sink your hips forward. Inhale, lift your chest up, look up. Exhale, both hands come down. Rock your hips back for half splits. Walk your hands all the way over to the left side of your mat. Let your left foot kind of swivel. You can move that block out of the way with your foot. Squeeze your inner thighs. And let's walk the hands back around onto your blocks. Sink your hips forward. Good. Bring this left hand inside your left foot. Toe heel the left foot all the way out to the side. Sink your hips forward. Lift your back right foot up. Reach the left arm up and all the way back. Grab a hold of your right foot if you can. If you can't, you can still just bend the knee and reach like this. Otherwise, you're going to bend. Pull gently on your foot, heel to your glutes. Slowly release. Left hand comes back down. Swivel your right foot over to the left like a frog, half frog leg. Sink your hips forward and down towards your left heel, opening into your hips here. Down into the inner thighs. Okay, let's unswivel that right foot. You're going to go ahead and step or slide the left foot back, high plank pose. From here, we're going to come into a yogi push-up. So I'm going to start with a modification this time. Knees come down. Make sure you don't rock your hips back into table, but keep them forward. Draw the low belly in. Exhale, come down halfway. Uncurl your toes. Lift your knees and straighten out your arms for upward facing dog. You can go in and walk your feet forward. Get your shoulders right above your wrist. Push your heart forward, shoulders down away from your ears. Gaze forward, lift your chin, your gaze up. And let's move back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Hang your head. You can shake your head yes and no. And come onto your hands and your knees. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Exhale, pull your knee to your forehead. Crunch your belly here. Pull your right heel up to your right glute. Look inside your hands or your blocks. Step your right foot forward. Low lunge. So move that left knee back. Widening and deepening into your hips. From here, find your balance on that right foot, left knee. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Grow your spine here as you reach. Exhale, grab your forearms, elbows, or interlace your fingers back behind your lower back. Lift your hands away from the back body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift up through your chest. Look up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release your hands. Rock your hips back into half splits. Lay the belly down the thigh. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Let those right toes swivel. So you're resting on the pinky toe side of the foot. Breathe down into your hips. And we'll walk the hands all the way back around. Move your block, your right hand inside your right foot, and walk that right foot over to the right edge of your mat. From here, bend your left knee. Heel comes in towards your glutes as much as you're able to. Reach the right arm all the way back. Grab a hold of your left foot and a gentle pull. Pulling of the left heel in. Stretch out your quadricep here, opening up to the psoas, the hips, and release. Now we're going to move this left foot over to the right side, resting on the inside of the right foot like a frog, half frog pose, half lizard pose. Right knee bending forward over the ankle. Let your left hip come down towards your right heel. Nice and easy here. Breathe. And we'll take that left foot back onto the back of your mat and step the right foot back into high plank. We're going to flow, shifting forward onto your tippy toes. Halfway we hover, strong core, upward facing dog. Open up to the chest, the shoulders, look up. Exhale, lift your hips and move into downward facing dog. Come up onto your tippy toes as you inhale. Exhale, root your heels down into your mat. Good. Come onto your hands and your knees. From here, take your blocks off of your mat. Take your hands and your forearms down onto the ground. You're going to interlace your fingers, creating a triangle with your hands and your elbows. Elbows should be right underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and open your knees up wider than your hips. Take your feet to the outside edges of your yoga mat. Gaze down inside your forearms. Lift your knees. Stay here or straighten out your knees. Push your head back inside your biceps. Gaze to the back of your mat and walk your feet in towards your elbows. Dolphin pose. Your head is lifted off of your mat. Push down strong into your forearms here, your elbows. Breathe all the way up into your tailbone. The head hangs nice and loose. You don't have to have your legs straight here. You can bend the knees softly. And then we'll slowly bend the knees and sit onto the heels, reaching the arms forward. Good. Slowly we'll come up. From here, you're going to grab a block and place it back here at the highest level, right inside the ankles. Reach your hands back, interlace your fingers, and pull your arms away from you. If you're not able to do this, then just take your hands to the lower back and hug the elbows in. So if you're here, you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades and just begin to lift up to the chest as you go back. Try not to lean back, keep the hips forward so you're not leaning back like this. If you can interlace your fingers as you lean back, your hands are going to rest on that block. Once they do, continue to push the hips forward, push down into your block, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, begin to gaze up, or if it feels okay for your neck, drop your head back, open up the front of your neck, breathe into your chest, breathe deeply. And then on the inhale, lift up with your heart, and exhale, sit down inside or on your heels or off of your block. Take a moment here to just feel your body, connect with your breath. We have 2 more poses left for today, this energizing practice. You can't have an energizing practice without a headstand. Headstand is the most stimulating pose of yoga. You're resting on the top of the head and turning the body upside down fully. You are more than welcome to use a wall for support if you need to. So otherwise, we're going to practice. We can do a tripod headstand today, or you can do a forearm one. Whatever variation that is in your practice, please feel free to do. We're going to do a 2-minute headstand. From here, tripod, your hands are the corners of the triangle. You're going to bring your head down, the top of the head, all the way down onto the ground, and walk your knees in. It is very important that your wrists are underneath your elbows here and your shoulders. We want to move them up onto the back. You're going to curl the toes under. You can receive the same, not the same, but you can receive really great benefits just by doing this. Make sure you are on the very top of your head, not on your forehead or your hairline, but on the very top, the crown of your head. If you have neck issues, you'll want to take forearm headstand. So from here, you can begin to lift your knees and see how that feels. You can walk your feet in, take one knee to the tricep and the other knee. You can do this up against a wall for more support. Hug your feet in towards each other, big toes touch. Slowly we pull the knees together and extend the legs all the way up, hugging the legs, drawing into your core, into your breath. Three more breaths together. Breathe with me. Let's slowly begin to come down. Try to come down the same way you went up, and you're going to rest right back into child's pose. Forehead down onto the ground. Take your hands back toward your toes and allow your shoulders to rest and drape around your knees in this wonderful child's pose. Relaxing your neck, your head. You're going to take the hands out off of your mat, in line with the shoulders, way out. Elbows point up towards the ceiling, making your hands like little teepees. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your upper back. Slowly push yourself up and onto your heels. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Hope you feel energized for the rest of your day. We take this moment to bow inwards and all the way forward as we seal within the energy of this whole practice. Thank you, Mahalo and Namaste. I will see you tomorrow. Mahalo.